You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com. What are you laughing about over there, Chuckles?
There's some kind of mockage going on in this studio.
We're having a conversation. He's like, "What? What happened?"
Oh, I get caught in the middle.
Yeah. He doesn't pay attention to us until it's time, Heidi.
And I get torn apart. I can't pick sides. I just can't.
But if you're smart, you'll pick her side.
Alexander Hamilton, born this day.
Oh, nice. There's a play about him.
There sure is, yeah. Founding father, first Secretary of Treasury, by the way. He was super instrumental in coming up with how American currency works and what the heck it is and what we're going to do with it.
He's on the $10 bill.
And boy, then things were said, mistakes were made, and shots were fired. He actually died from a gunshot after a duel back in 1804
with our vice president.
Yeah, he was 49 years old. Alex should have ducked.
You know who shot him? You know what the guy's name was?
Vice
President Aaron Burr.
Oh, sure, Raymond Burr's grandfather.
And I know that because it was it was in a milk commercial.
Well, it was in all the papers.
Yeah, but there was a milk commercial where a guy had his mouth full of, and then he was calling in for a trivia question or something.
I knew that, and it's not because of a milk commercial.
I never know what John's talking about.
Somebody else knows the commercial.
Just try to figure out ways to keep going here. Bengals guitarist Vicki Peterson.
I love the Bengals.
62 today.
I really do.
62. Walk Like an Egyptian. That's one of those tunes where I still turn it up.
It's very good. But have you seen
Hazy Shade of Winter? I love
That's
that
a
one.
good cover.
Both
good cover tune.
But have you seen their milk commercial?
Oh, I just seriously, I'm gonna come over there like a pit bull on a kitty cat. Oh, let's see. It was 1964. Wow, okay, 1964, the very first government report by then Surgeon General Luther Terry saying, hey, guess what? Smoking might not be good for you.
Oh, my goodness.
1964.
Wow.
So then if you think about it, if you're old enough, I mean, back then and through the
Doctors
40s, 50s, and certainly after World War II, everybody smoked.
Yeah.
Household pets smoked.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
My
this
cat's
is honest to
down to a
goodness.
carton a week.
I can't stress, because some people think I'm making this up. My children did. It was back in the day, you also had a family doctor. Ours was Dr. David Bloom in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go to his office at least once a year, get a physical to play sports and whatnot.
Yeah.
But when you went into this doctor's office, there he would be with a white coat, smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And he would puff on this cigar while he's giving you your physical.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just...
World's a different place
My grandmother was advised to start smoking again to get over morning sickness when she was pregnant with her babies.
It's a long time ago.
This same doctor told me if I'm going to start smoking cigarettes, because back then the average age of smoking was like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people
He said, do yourself a favor and smoke a cigarette with a filter on it. I'm not making this up.
That was the big advice
This was my
of the day.
doctor.
Wow.
1913. The very first sedan type car by the Hudson Automobile Company goes on display at the 13th Auto Show in New York.
1913?
1913.
Holy cow, that's a lot earlier than I thought.
Yeah, kind of interesting. It was a big deal. All of a sudden, here's a car with 4 doors.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why, my chicken coops only have 2 doors. Before they'd be a chicken sedan. And in 1915, it was the sports deal of the century back in 1915. This day, Jacob Hubert and Colonel Tillinghast Huston purchased the New York Yankees for $460,000.
Nice. I bet they're worth more than that now.
According to Forbes, recently, the Yankees are worth right around $5 billion.
Wow.
So
what you're saying is they got a good deal.
It was a good investment.
They got an excellent deal.
That's awesome.
I know. Now you know, and we know something about a commercial with cookies and milk, and we can just bounce right ahead here.
Let's do that. I'll see if I can find that and throw a link on our Facebook page.
That'd be awesome.
Everybody's going to be looking for it.
Everybody's going to click on that, John.
John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Peace, salute off the well-starched brim of the old Ranger Dan cap to you too. Gary, look at you, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
My favorite little lady. Back up here. Hey, got a great review. You know, last time around on Critter Corner, we selected some animals, just did some random critter knowledge on them, and it was a whole heck of a lot of fun. And we're learning here. That's what Critter Corner is for. And gosh darn it, I do it for the children.
Huh. That's good.
Now, keep in mind, this is not a government-funded program, but it does take money to keep it on the air. So if you go to my Facebook page and, hey, this is an NPR, for goodness gracious sakes. You want to send a little dough my way? I'm not going to say no.
I don't encourage that.
Let's take a look at the Jaguar, shall we? What an amazing giant cat. The Jaguar, sleek and fast and pretty as all get out. And here's the thing, is like, how does stuff get named?
Yeah, how does
Jaguar is an interesting name. So here you go. Here's a little critter knowledge for you. Jaguar. The name Jaguar comes from a Native American word meaning, quote, he who kills with one leap.
Oh, wow.
Now, in English, Jaguar generally means really expensive car that spends a great deal of time with mechanics. What do we know about anteaters?
I don't know
Kind
much.
of an unusual critter, isn't it?
I
Got
think
that
they're really
snout
cool.
thing, yeah.
Kind of a goofy-looking thing. Well, the name anteaters, that's totally just legit, and it is literal. In fact, anteaters eat around 35,000 ants in a single day.
Holy cow.
35,000, which is why so many of your uncles are single and have drinking problems. You familiar with the anaconda? That's one big honking beast of a snake, ain't it?
Yeah, big
It
snake,
is.
yes.
Anaconda, in fact, that's the biggest snake on God's green earth. They're enormous. Listen to this. It's a little mating ritual for anacondas. When an anaconda is ready to mate, several competing males will form a ball around a female in a ritual that can last up to a month.
Really?
Herpetologists, that's taken, of course, from the Latin word herpes. Snake scientists refer to this as Taylor Swifting. Well, that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I sure hope you wrote some of that information down and go just absolutely freak out your classmates. Till next time, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Did you make a resolution to give up drugs? It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Colades, located at 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Mr. Dan Farris now with our morning coffee break. What do we have today?
Yeah, this is interesting. And John, you actually shared this with me, and the stats on this are kind of breathtaking. A little company that does surveys for a living, VeriLife is the name of the outfit, surveyed 2,000 plus Americans recently, asked them about their experiences with burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout, symptoms of burnout and how they cope with stress and exhaustion through the year 2020. And looks like 2021 is shaping up to be a barn burner, too. They also analyzed the most common search terms in every state based on Google search volume. Here's what they found. 92% of those surveyed say burnout affects their everyday life. 92%.
I don't think that I'm really burned out. Are you burned out, Heidi?
I think I've been burned out for about 6 years.
I wonder if you get burned out, but you don't even know it because you're like so burned out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of a subjective term, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I used to care.
I think
I did.
I remember back in the days
It was
when you
nice.
cared. It was nice.
Yeah.
according to the survey, most common causes for said burnout over last year, of course, is the COVID-19 is at number 1, work at number 2, finances at 3, and number 4 is politics. 5, just the news in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And number 6, social media is the top 6
Yeah.
causes stated for burnout. Just, South Dakota residents most commonly search for terms related to signs of burnout at work.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting. And this is just a little aside here, according to a survey I read about a year or so ago. At any given time, right around 65% of Americans are either actively seeking or thinking about switching jobs. 65% are not happy with, which strikes me as large too, but there you go. Most common causes of workplace burnout, pressures to put in extra work, not taking personal time off, working remotely, which has become a huge deal in the past year.
Yeah.
A lot of, because I remember I worked for myself, by myself for a number of years. Mm-hmm. And that was hard.
It's tough when you...
Because you're at home and it's like, and you got to motivate yourself. And every Monday I'd set myself down and go, look, man, there's going to be some changes.
Oh, we're going to have a discussion.
But I was just kidding myself.
Come and see me after coffee.
Constant fear of furlough or layoff.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Stressful manager or boss. And that's been a forever thing. A lot of people don't leave a job. They leave a boss.
Right,
yeah.
Yep.
And stressful coworkers. Well, I can't speak to that.
What are you trying to say, Dan?
Not everyone can be as blessed as we are in this room.
You know what? I think we are pretty darn fortunate, honestly.
And 80% say burnout has prevented them from focusing at work. 61% have either cried before, during, or right after work. Wow. 61%.
Boom.
56% say burnout has prevented them from going to work, period.
Yikes.
So there you go. But this is a working nation. When you look at other countries around the world, it's pretty odd when you consider a lot of them. It's kind of common, European certainly, where they actually have 4 to 6 to 8 weeks off a year.
Holiday.
That's just vacation time and holidays.
Time,
and that's awesome. I think that's the way it should be, really. But
well, the work ethic here is just a whole different sitch.
We don't take time off because I don't want anyone to realize that I'm not necessary. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, this whole story kind of bummed me out.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry to hear that. But the good news is you were saying a big percentage of people are always looking for different gigs out there.
Yeah, like 65%. Any given time in the United States of America, 65% of the workforce is thinking about jumping ship or they're actively trying to get it done.
So listening right now, if you're looking for something different, SiouxEmpireJobs.com. If you're a company saying, boy, I sure would like to get some different people, SiouxEmpireJobs.com. You know how much it costs to be in that group and to utilize that?
How much?
Nothing.
What?
It's free. Yeah. Why? Because we can. SiouxEmpireJobs.com. Check it out if you're in that position. And huge thank you to our friends at Pilates for bringing us this morning's morning coffee break. Let's make 2021 a brighter year. Last year was awful for many people who put everything into a business, hoping to live their dreams, only to have it become a nightmare. You can help them by shopping locally. If you have the means, buy some gift cards from a local business and give them to a friend who could use some help. You'll be helping your friend and the small business, plus all the people who work there too. This is a positive thing you could do that could ripple through your community to make 2021 a brighter year. Take part and learn more at giftcardchallenge.org. Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. You can stop and see them on Lake Lorraine. Check out all that they have to offer. And right now, we're going to try our very best to brighten your day. We have a kind of a cool thing that's happening the second half of the month here. Today, January 11th, is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. And there's an organization here in town that's doing some really cool stuff to bring some awareness, first of all, to this. this, but also to raise some funds to help out. I've got Nathan joining me on the line right now. Nathan, how are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic, and today is the day. It is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and this entire month is devoted to shine some light on this and maybe give a little more attention to this very serious subject. But something special with your organization is starting today. You guys are helping to raise some funds for a group called Call to Freedom, and people can buy balloons starting today. But let's talk about Call to Freedom.
Yes, Call to Freedom actually helps trafficking victims, and that's kind of their goal, is to help those people that have been involved with trafficking and help them find a better life. So as our group BLASA, what does, we try to help any organization that deals with trafficking or child abuse, sexual abuse, stuff like that. So we found a perfect opportunity here to help Call to Freedom, and we figured we'd do our part.
And again, today is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, but this is something that we should be aware of every single day, especially if you have children. Make sure you know so you can pass along to them to hopefully help them avoid this completely. But this is one of those things that it happens in the shadows. It happens out of the spotlight. So there are a lot of people that don't realize what a big deal this is.
That's correct. I mean, if you look at the statistics, over 200,000 children, these are talking, 18 and under, are trafficked every year inside the U.S., and I think over around 20,000 are trafficked into the U.S. So obviously there's a problem here, and when you look at those numbers, it's pretty comparable to a lot of other things going on right now. And we don't understand why this isn't a big deal, because these kids need help. They need to get found. They need to get, we're letting them know we're not forgetting about them, that's for sure.
And again, today is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and today is the first day that you can officially buy the balloons, make your donations, and I'm going to throw a link to make that easy. But there's some other things you're asking folks to do today as well, right?
We're going to ask everyone to wear blue, and that represents human trafficking victims and raising support and awareness towards the cause. So if you're hearing this, please wear blue to show your support. I would appreciate that. And so would BLASA, Call to Freedom, everybody.
So today would be a good day to wear blue. It would also be a good day to maybe share some things on social media. We've got some stuff on our page that you can share. But one of the best things is share the link to buy the balloon for the end of this month. Let's tell people a little more about the event that's coming up.
We should be sharing it. It's on our BLASA main page. Call to Freedom has shared it also. And with that link, you can follow that link and then donate whatever amount you want to. For every $5 we get, we're going to release a blue balloon in their name on January 31st, and that's going to represent the freeing of those victims from trafficking, hoping in one day or in one form they'll gain freedom and be out of this nightmare that they're in.
And what a wonderful thing that would be for each and every one of them. Now, I hope on that day, on the 31st, we see just a whole sky filled with blue balloons. And if people listening right now would like to get one, they just click the same link that I'm looking at right now?
Yes, that's correct. And we're going to arrange a pickup date. The thing with helium, obviously, is it doesn't hold well in the cold. So we're going to get the balloons ready right towards the end of the 31st. And anyone that wishes to pick them up, we'll arrange a pickup time and date and location. Other than that, BLASA will be releasing the balloons at a designated time on the 31st, and we'll live stream that also.
So if I want to let my balloon go myself, I can, or I can just say, hey, I'm going to pay for it, but you guys let it go for me, and then you'll just kind of take care of it?
That's correct, John.
Very, very nice. I've got a link to all of this information at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And Nathan, thank you so much for the time today, and thank you for all the time and effort you've been putting into this.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you helping us raise awareness towards this cause, and I hope everyone listening will help us out too. And thank you all, and bless you all.
Absolutely. And again, today is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. If ever there was a good day to share something about this on Facebook, today is that day. And instead of just sharing something, I've got something specific I'm going to ask you to share. If you go to our page, and you could go to their page as well, but it's really easy to find on ours, there is a link to the event, and it has all of the information about how you can get a balloon, and you can be a part of this big movement that's going to happen at the end of this month. But again, we're kicking it off today on National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. All of the information can be found at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And again, if you want to share it from the Call to Freedom page or the VASA page, you can do that as well. Share it today if you could on National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. And again, thank you for listening to today's Bright Spot of News.
Did you make a resolution to stop drinking? It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities also got fabulous. I love this guy. He should have his picture on money. He just should. And I believe you posted a video of his earlier today. David Hasselhoff. Is in the news. He's in the news. He's auctioning off Kit.
Oh, really?
Kit is on the block.
He owns Kit? I didn't know.
Apparently, he's involved in this. The Night Industries 2000 car, or AKA KITT, Kit, from the 80s TV show Knight Rider. Got a bunch of bids in already. I think this thing is going to be taken care of and sold later this month. Yeah, they're expecting around maybe $150,000, $200,000.
Really? I would have thought it was higher. It would go higher.
That is what they were expecting.
It'll go for more.
It's already over $400,000.
Yeah, I was going to say.
On the bids, because the bidding is still going on.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different movies that I've seen.
I would love to have Kit.
Where there's like a character that owned Kit in I think at least two different movies. Where there's like a famous rich person, and one of the things to show just how extravagantly rich they were, they owned that car.
Now, this is even cooler.
What's that?
In addition to unloading the car, Hasselhoff himself will personally deliver that car to the new owner.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, but now I'm wondering if if this is the guy, I wonder if they still have, what's his name's voice in the car.
It would have
William Daniels?
You would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you buy Kit without William Daniels?
Exactly.
So I wonder if he'll re-record that. So it's instead of saying thank you, Michael, if it would say thank you, Daniel.
Is he still alive?
Yeah,
he is. Yeah. When we started Sunny 11 years ago, I tried to get William Daniel to record some stuff for our overnights. Back then, we did a thing called the Night Ride with Kit. And it was going to cost $10,000.
Yeah, so we didn't.
We had a sound alike instead. It was a lot.
We did
less.
a phenomenal.
He did
job.
a really good job.
It's pretty crazy. They're thinking, because this thing actually will go live for one last shout on January 23rd.
Really?
But they've capped the bidding at $975,000.
Why would you cap the bidding?
They're about there.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not in charge of
this
at all.
No, that doesn't make any sense. But
not
whatever.
at all. So yeah, it'll be
maybe it's a tax thing.
Well, maybe if they get over $1 million, over $975,000, anything more than that, they have to like pay commissions on that or something. So
I don't know.
Right now, they're using a free auction
thing.
site.
All I know is, no matter what's going on in this world, man, nobody hassles the Hoff.
That's right.
Nobody.
That's fantastic.
I don't know if you know this, but he freed the Germans. He knocked down that wall himself.
He did. He was there when that wall came down.
Yeah, he was dancing on top of it.
Freaking awesome flashy coat.
Mm-hmm. I've been searching for freedom.
I loved that coat.
Oh, now I got to play a song.
Now I want the coat.
Rest of our day, no stress here. We're going to be hassling off right here, Hasselhoffen. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, sir.
Sure.
Somehow we got off the rails again. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, January 11th, 2021. The equities market ended the first week of the new year on a high note. The broad market S&P 500 gained 0.5% on Friday to put the index up about 1.5% for the week. The NASDAQ Composite and Dow Jones Industrial Average both moved higher to close at new all-time highs as well, and more new highs could be on the way. Additional stimulus is expected to fuel the economic rebound, and that should drive stocks even higher. The economic rebound came into question Friday morning and capped the day's gains. The December read of the non-farm payroll report showed jobs declined unexpectedly due to COVID-19 related shutdowns. The caveat for investors is the NFP numbers are highly suspect and prone to revisions. The revisions for October and November added 135,000 jobs to the data and nearly offset the December decline. You can get the inside track in your inbox daily at marketbeatminute.com.